Diggins and I'm a teacher at Deanholm Primary School in the reception year. I hope that you're all well and staying safe at home. Today we're going to make a potato obstacle course and you will need someone to help you, particularly with the cutting and the sticking, because it can be a bit tricky. Now you will need some boxes, a box like this with a lid that flaps up, or you could use a box like this that you can take the lid off. You will need some pieces of cardboard and pen, scissors, glue or tape. Most importantly, you need a potato, and your potato should be sprouting. That means it's growing a shoot through the skin. Now this potato has a teeny tiny shoot, but some potatoes have nice thick curly sprouting shoots that you can use. If you haven't got a potato, then you could use a plant, and I've dug this Runabina out of my garden, which I could have used instead of my potato. Now when you are out in the garden or walking along the road, have you ever noticed that sometimes plants can grow through a teeny tiny crack in the pavement or the road? Have you ever wondered how they've been able to do that? Well, today we're going to set up an experiment to find out. So you are going to take your box and you're going to cut some of the cardboard to fit in your box. But before you do that, you need to cut a hole at one end so that you can let the light into your box. And then you need to take your cardboard and you need to cut the pieces so that they will fit inside your box. They need to be as tall as your box. That means they need to start at the bottom and come up to the top. And they need to be as wide as your box. That means they need to be able to start at one side and go across to the other side. And then you can slot that inside your box to make a partition. Now, before you slot them in, you need to cut some little doors or windows. So you could draw around a shape and cut them out. When you've done that, you need to pop them in your box and stick them in. So I'm going to do that now with a little bit of tape. Put that one there, and then I'm going to put the second one in here, like this. I'm going to turn the windows round so that I make a zigzag route through my box. So it looks like this. And I've got one little doorway here, and then you have to turn the corner and go through another little doorway, and then you have to find the hole at the end. So that is my obstacle course. After you've done that, you need to put your sprouting potato into your box. So I'm going to put the potato in this box. I'm going to put it at this end here. So I'm going to put the little sprout just pointing towards the hole in my box. And then I'm going to put the lid on like this. And I am going to put this box on my windowsill so that the sun can shine through the window into my box. In this box, I'm going to put my plant. So I'm going to stand this box up vertically, and I'm going to put my plant in there like this, and then I'm going to put the lid on. When you do this, just make sure that your plant or potato can follow a route through your box. So I'm going to put the lid on, and then I'm going to stand it up and put it on the windowsill. But before I do that, I've made some labels. I've got a start sign that I'm going to stick on my box, and I've got a finish sign that I'm going to stick at the end. There we are. So I'll just stand it up like that, pop the lid on, and then that's going to go on my windowsill too. Like that. Now, this is the bit where you have to be patient, because you're going to have to wait for 2 or 3 days before you can open the lid of the box. So while you're waiting for that to happen, you could be thinking about what you're going to see when you open the box. So quickly, give me the thumbs up if you think your potato or plant is going to find its way through the maze. Okay, right, and give me the thumbs down if you think, it's not going to be able to do that. Well, we are going to wait and see. I've just got a few ideas here about the questions you can ask while you're waiting to see what happens. So you can think about, what can you see? And you could start your answer with, I can see. You could think about, what do you think will happen? And you can start your answer with, I think, and then you could say what you think might happen. And then I've got some ideas of what you could do next. You could keep checking your box every 2 to 3 days to see what happens. And then, when the summer comes, if your potato or plant hasn't dried up, you could plant it in the garden or in a pot and see what happens next. So, think about this experiment, and what are we finding out about potatoes and plants and how they grow? See if you can work it out. Have fun. I hope I'll be able to send you some photos of what happens to my plant and potato, and I would love to see yours.